Well, welcome back to Inversion in TOEFL, in the TOEFL book. And today we're going to be talking about skill 17, which has to do with, the inversion of the subject and the verb after negative expressions, okay? So we talked about inversion, generally when we, write questions, or when we express ourselves in the question form, when we want to ask questions. We also talked about inversion after phrases of place, like in front of the house, there, etc. Now, today we're going to talk about also inversion that takes place after certain negative expressions, as you can see. These are called negative expressions, okay, or negatives. And after them, we have what? As you can see, we have inversion. Inversion means that the verb comes before the subject. The verb precedes the subject. الفعل بيجي قبل subject الفاعل. That's what it means. That's what inversion is. And it's a sentence. وهي جملة عادية بتنتهي بنقطة. Okay? When does this happen? متى هذا الحكي بيصير؟ بعض الحالات اللي بيصير فيها inversion بعد expressions of negativity, like never, not once. We'll talk about each one and what each phrase or word means. The subject and verb can also be inverted. When can they be inverted? After certain negatives and related expressions. So certain, not all kinds of negatives, certain negatives and related expressions وعبارات مشابهة للنيجاتيف, okay? So when negative expressions such as أمثلة عليها no, like no one, for example, not, or never. So when the beginning of a sentence has no, not, never, when they come at the beginning of a sentence, the subject and verb are what? Inverted. يعني بصير في تبديل للسبجكت and verb. يعني جملتي بصير أول شيء فيها الفعل بعدين الفاعل. Like here, Mr. Jones. Can the woman, like this, okay? So let's take a look at these examples. Not once did I miss a question. Not once معناها ولا مرة. ولا حتى مرة واحدة. That's what it means, not once. Did I miss a question؟ راح علي أي سؤال. يعني كان مثلا الدكتور بيسأل أسئلة، أو كان في امتحان وهذا الامتحان أو هاي الأسئلة الموجهة من الدكتور، كلها هذا الشخص اللي هون بهي الجملة بيقول ولا سؤال منها ما قدرت أجاوبه أو راح علي. So that's what it means, not once did I miss a question. Anyway, الفكرة يعني غير المعنى. It's good to know the meaning of sentences, you know that, guys. But at the same time, we want you to understand that after not once, because it's, a negative expression, we have in our sentence, the beginning, after it, we have the verb and then the subject, and so on. After never, the same. Never, معناها ولا مرة بالمرة. Has Mr. Jones taken a vacation؟ يعني never ولا عمره Mr. Jones أخذ إجازة بحياته كلها. خلص أيام الدوام بداومها كلها، ما باخذ إجازات فيها. There are people like that. And I still remember one time at Yarmouk University, they gave this young man some kind of a reward because he never took, any kind of leave. Can you imagine? From among the days that he can, take, leaves, all right? يعني ما أخذ ولا إجازة وهو له إجازات. Can you imagine? There was this man at Yarmouk, okay? All his, let me say, years of service, in all his years of service, بكل أيام خدمته تخيلوا ما أخذ يوم إجازة ضمن إجازاته المسموحة يعني إنه يأخذ فيها. Can you imagine? So let's take a look at this third sentence, الجملة الثالثة. At no time, يعني ولا بأي وقت. That's what it means, at no time. Can the woman talk on the phone? At no, maybe she's like a maid. Some people, who bring maids, from Bangladesh, I don't know what, they don't like the idea of giving the phone to the maid, right? ما بيحبوا فكرة إعطاء التليفون للخادمة, thinking that maybe she won't do her job well, right? So imagine this sentence. At no time, ولا بأي وقت, can the woman, تستطيع الامرأة, talk on the phone, تحكي بالتليفون. هذا شكله, كمان sentences that work with our, let me say, the older generation. like you would hear your grandfather say something like this, that women were not allowed to do, you know, anything that a man could do, right? And one of them would be like a man could like make a phone call. That's many years ago, right? And a woman couldn't. Of course, not that they can't, but that, society probably, kind of, did not accept that, all right, for women, to let me say, to make phone calls like men, because they weren't decision makers for a very long time. So anyway, at no time, it means, first of all, ولا بأي وقت، وهي هاي العبارة هي عبارة عن النيجاتيف expression، ولذلك دائما لما تيجي في بداية الجملة ما عاد بكون تركيبها المتعارف عليه اللي هو subject بعدين verb، no، بكون verb بعدين subject، أوكي؟ لأنه إحنا لنا فترة عم نحكي عن الحالات اللي بنلاقي فيها الفيرب، حالات طبعا استثنائية مش دائما، alright، بنلاقي فيها الفيرب بيسبق السبجكت في الحالات التالية، وهي واحدة منهم اللي هي بالنيجاتيفز. فبدنا حنكون to familiarize ourselves with these expressions، يعني بدنا نتعرف على هاي العبارات ونحاول يعني حتى نفهمهم ونحفظهم، أوكي؟ لأنه هن اللي يعني بعديهم بصير الانفيرجن. see so yeah so to explain شرح الكتاب، alright، أنا أعطيت شرحي أنا الخاص. let's see what the book says. يعني we should be kind of similar، المفروض إنه أنا والكتاب اللي حكيناه يعني متفقين عليه. So in the first example, this one, not once did I miss a question. The negative expression not once، هذه العبارة negative not once causes the subject I to come after the helping verb did. هي اللي سببت إنه did تيجي بالأول وبعدين I، يعني الverb قبل السبجكت، هيك المقصود. In the second example، في المثال هذا الثاني اللي هون، the negative word never، العبارة هاي never كلمة واحدة، هي مش عبارة من كلمتين زي هون، هاي لحالها never causes the subject Mr. Jones to come after the helping verb has. هي اللي كانت السبب، بحيث إنه أول إشي بلشنا بالverb has، يعني ومستر جونز تأجلت، إجت بعد الverb has، okay. In the last example، في المثال الأخير هذا not at no time sorry can the woman talk on the phone. The negative expression at no time، هي العبارة at no time هي كلها negative expression، عبارة دالة على نفي، okay. It causes the subject woman، سببت إنه هاي subject woman إيش تتأجل أو يسبقها إيش الverb can، alright، to come after the helping verb can، okay. كان طبعا helping verb نوع من أنواع المودلز بنسميه، وهذا الموديل يعني خلينا نحكي كمان تحت category أو مسمى الأفعال المساعدة helping verbs can، alright. Okay, certain words in English such as hardly, barely, scarcely and only، هدول الكلمات hardly معناهم بالكاد، وbarely معناها بالكاد، وscarcely كمان بالكاد، كلمات مختلفة تعني نفس الشيء ومعناهم بالكاد، يا دوب، كيف بدنا نحكي بالعامية، يا دوب، and only معناها فقط، يعني ممكن يكون للقلة جدا كمان. act like negatives، يعني هدول الأربع كلمات إذا كانوا في جملة، يعني تصرفهم وتأثيرهم على الجملة تأثير إيش؟ النيجاتيف، النفي، أوكي. في إشي بالنفى لما نقول barely anyone، أوكي، negative. act like negatives. If one of these words comes at the beginning of a sentence، يعني إذا هي الكلمات إجت في بداية الجملة، ولا رح ناخذ أمثلة هون. The subject and verb are also inverted، فبنلاقي إنه السبجكت والverb بتبدل أماكنهم، يعني الverb بالأول بعدين السبجكت بعديه في الجملة، أوكي. وهي عنا أمثلة أمامكم زي ما أنتم شايفين. Hardly ever does he take time off. بالكاد هذا الشخص ماله بياخذ إجازات. To take time off يعني بيريح حاله من العمل. When I say how often do you take time off، يعني كل قديش أنت يعني بتاخذ إجازات، بتريح من العمل. Yeah, that's what it really means, all right. So hardly ever معناها بالكاد هذا الشخص ماله بياخذ time off اللي هي إجازة أو وقت off من العمل، أو يعني بدون عمل، all right، يعني وقت راحة، نقاهة من العمل. That's what it really means, okay. So لاحظوا أنتوا إنه does إجت قبل إيش؟ he. So that's why it's what? It's a what? There's inversion. It's a sentence that has negative at the beginning. الجملة فيها بدايتها negative هي hardly ever. ولذلك صار في عندي الverb came before the subject. Dr. Ruba, what do you want to ask?
Good evening. Good evening.
أهلا, good evening. I can hear you. Good evening. Do you have a
okay.
question?
Actually, I does not get the point. Why? What's the purpose of this inversion between the subject and the verb?
There's no purpose. The purpose is that this is the way that, you know, American people and people that speak English express themselves. When they use hardly ever, they're allowed to invert. Not just allowed, they must invert in their sentences. These are cases in which inversion takes place.
With this verb?
Not with this verb.
Just with
this,
hardly and fairly and scarcely
with
and
not
only?
one. No. Look, with negatives. These are the kinds of negatives. Not once, never, at no time, hardly ever. Let me tell you something. Let's change the sentence. Let's change the sentence. For example,
Yes.
I want to talk about you, Dr. Ruba, okay? Never does Dr. Ruba, never does Dr. Ruba what? Eat after 11. How about the sentence? Never does Dr. Ruba eat after 11. I cannot say never Dr. Ruba eats.
Yeah.
I can't. Why?
Yeah.
Because I said the word never in my sentence. We are talking about sentences in English where, you know, the subject does not come first, the verb comes first. Because we said in English, every sentence must have a subject and a verb, right? Every sentence must have a subject and a verb, right? We said that before, right?
Yes.
Now,
yes,
now we moved on to talk about something deeper. What's that deeper thing? The deeper thing is that sometimes, we're talking about exceptional cases. The TOEFL book is really most of the times about, you know, cases that we should pay attention to, you know, What we're talking about is that sometimes we don't have the subject at the beginning, we have the verb. When are those times? One, in questions, and we talked about this. Two, when our sentence starts with place expressions, and we talked about that. Three, with negatives, and I gave you now some examples, and I gave you your own example right now. Look, at no time, you tell your child, your son, your daughter, at no time can you stay out, you know, till a very late time with your friend. If you have a son who's in the 6th grade or 7th grade, and your son comes up and tells you, Mom, can I stay out late with my friend? Can I go out and celebrate, inshallah, you know, Morocco's, let me say, win today. Like, let's suppose Morocco wins tonight, all right, against France. Hopefully they will, right? But let's suppose that your son who is in the 6th grade tells you, Mom, can I go out to celebrate with my friend at night? And you're like, no, at no time can you. See, can you will tell your son, at no time can you, يعني ولا أبدا ولا مرة ممكن أسمح لك, can you, go out with your friend. See how I used the verb and then, you know, the subject, Dr. Ruba, when I said at no time.
Yes, I understand. Thank you.
Good job. Amazing. This is our goal, to get you to understand that in English, our sentences have subjects and verbs, and the order is subject first, then verb. However, sometimes, you know, we might have the verb before the subject. Now, what are the cases? Now, I told you, one case is when we form questions. Another case is after place expressions, like here around the recreation hall and down the path. This is a, you know, an expression of place. Look, the verb came before. We talked about this yesterday. And here, after negative expressions, here they are. Hardly ever, only once, at no time, never. And I give you, we're talking about these examples. And if you make your own examples, they will be the same as well. Okay? I hope that this was clear and it was, you know, like a helpful kind of discussion. All right. So back to where we were discussing the other examples, أمثلة أخرى, guys, about, you know, inversion, after certain negative expressions, as we just saw. So hardly ever, look, see, when I have hardly ever, does he take? So usually the sentence is, he takes time off. Ahmed takes time off. And then I want to say, no, hardly ever does he take time off. Because we need an auxiliary here, not main verb. You can't bring take and put it here and then the subject, okay? It has to be an auxiliary that comes first. Look, see, auxiliary, 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 auxiliary. So when we have a main verb like this, we need, as we said before, either do or does. If we need past, we use did. As you can see here, we're talking about something in the past. So hardly ever does he take time off. This means that he almost never takes time off. When we say hardly ever, it means بالكاد in Arabic. يا دوب. In another way to explain this in English, طريقة تانية نشرح هذا الشيء بالإنجليزي, it means that he almost never takes time off. يعني تقريبا ولا مرة باخذ يعني إجازات. تقريبا. يعني مش معناها بالمرة بس قليل جدا شبه نادر يعني. هاي معناها hardly ever. بالكاد إحنا بنقول. Okay? So only once did the manager issue overtime paychecks. بس مرة واحدة بحياته. Only once. Did the manager اللي هو المسؤول issue يعني أصدر أعطى overtime paychecks يعني شيكات أو فلوس دفع للموظفين اللي عملوا إيش خدمة زيادة. overtime شو يعني؟ يعني مش بس المطلوب منهم ساعات العمل تبعتهم. no, overtime اللي فوق ساعات العمل, عبء إضافي. يعني بس مرة واحدة عفوا المانجر المسؤول قال شو أعطى شيكات لا يعني دفع زيادة بما معناه للموظفين لما اشتغلوا overtime. So anyway الفكرة هاي معناها الجملة, أوكي؟ بس كمان ما ننسى الهدف كان إنه بعد هاي العبارة only once هي تعتبر من النيجاتيف expressions اللي بداية الجملة. جملتي ما بتكون بالوضع اللي احنا متعودين عليه subject وبعدين verb. no, verb بعدين subject, مع انها مش سؤال, هي جملة مثبتة, look at it. بس اللي خلاها تكون بهذا الترتيب هون اللي هي وجود عبارة only once. اوكي, لا ننسى احنا درسنا, نرجع مرة تانية, invert the subject and verb. بنبدل مكان السبجكت مع الفيرب. لحالنا لازم نعرف انه شو يعني نبدل معناها الفيرب قبل السبجكت, لانه الشيء الطبيعي للجمله المثبته يكون في عندي subject then verb. طب ليش هون صار الفيرب بالاول وبعدين السبجكت؟ احنا قلنا ليش. ما نقطه, شايفين مش سؤال. لانه في عندي عبارات اسمها العبارات negative expressions. هيها طبعا معلش يعني تحملوني, بدكم تحفظوهم, اوكي؟ بدكم تميزوهم. اصلا كيف نميز انه من معناهم انهم نيجاتيف؟ فيهم معنى نفي او سلبي او يعني قله, معنى فيه قله. لما تقول not once ولا مره, شفتوا كيف؟ ولا never never يعني بالمره, كلهم فيهم إشي like ما في at no time ولا باي وقت. لا كله هيك يعني. hardly ever بالكاد, يا دوب. شايف المعاني فيها نيجاتيف, مش إشي احنا بنفضل يعني نستخدمهم. alright, هاي الكلمات أكيد الأولاد بيزعلوا منهم. Kids do not like these sentences that begin with these phrases. only once يعني فقط مرة واحدة. Can you go out with your friend? تخيلوا تقولوا لأولادكم إنه only one time, only once. Can you watch TV? Can you play games? Can you use your phone? شايف طلعوا كيف الverbs. Can you okay? So can بالأول بعدين قلت you, مش you وكان. ليه؟ لأنه only once, فقط مرة واحدة تستطيع أن تستخدم هاتفك. Alright, see how it's not nice? They wouldn't favor that sentence at all. I wouldn't think they would. Let's take a look at the second side, or the second page, the next page of the same topic. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened here. Oops. Am I? No, not yet, sorry. Okay. Admit, and let's enlarge this, okay? More, larger. Okay. All right. In the first example, the almost negative expression, remember hardly ever? What about hardly ever? causes the subject he to come after the helping verb does. So does and then he. Does he, we say, hardly ever does he, right? In the second example, the almost negative expression, we call it almost negative. Only once, فقط مرة واحدة, causes the subject manager to come after the helping verb did. يعني we had only once did the manager in the sentence, right? You have the book in front of you. When a negative expression appears in front of a subject, لما يكون في تعبير أو عبارة بتعبر عن negative زي الأمثلة اللي ذكرناها الآن زي only once, hardly ever, you know these. What happens, guys, huh? What happens in the middle of a sentence? شو بصير في منتصف الجملة طيب؟ The subject and verb are also inverted. كمان السبجكت والverb inverted. So بداية الجملة أو بالمنتصف يعني قبل clause جديدة, alright? لما يكون في عندي كمان نفس العملية بتصير. The subject and verb are also inverted. Whether هون في عندي إيش another clause, as you can see. The subject and verb are also inverted. This happens often with the negative words neither and nor. طبعا هذا إشي شائع مع الكلمات اللي فيها معنى negative neither ونor. طلعوا على هاي الأمثلة اللي هون. I do not want to go. I do not want to go. طبعا فيها معنى نفي هون. I don't want to go. لا أريد الذهاب. comma and تتذكروا and conjunction and اللي هي للإضافة and neither وكمان إيش neither does Tom ولا Tom أيضا بحب إنه يجي كمان. alright, لا أنا ولا توم حابين نروح على هالمشوار. That's what it means, this sentence, okay? So الفكرة إنه neither نفي حتى لو إجت بالكلاز الثاني مش بالبداية هون. المهم إنه بعدها بغض النظر بالبداية or later أو بعدين, أوكي؟ شو بصير نفس العملية؟ بكون في عندي inversion يعني الverb بعدين السبجكت، أوكي؟ طلعوا جملة مثبتة. not a question mark, أوكي؟ لأنه إحنا بالعادة متعودين إنه does Tom بداية لسؤال، لكن no, here it's not. The secretary is not attending the meeting. السكرتيرة ما حتحضر الاجتماع, right? هغلق comma, nor is her boss. ولا حتى الباص المسؤول عنها رئيس قسمها أو you know the person who's in charge of her المسؤول عن شركة منظمة whatever المسؤول عنها whoever. So nor is her boss. كونه nor كمان زيها زي neither. ما بقول her boss is nor her boss is. So nor then the verb and then the subject. Nor is her boss. ولا مسؤولها. Okay? أو الشخص المسؤول عنها. So in the first example, this one, the negative neither causes the subject Tom to come after the helping verb does. شايفينها? Neither causes the subject سببت إنه subject Tom هاي to come after the help تيجي بعد helping verb does. In the second example, في هذا المثال, the secretary is not attending, etc. The negative nor هاي الكلمة nor اللي هي معناها ولا causes the subject سببت إنه the subject اللي هي boss هاي to come after the verb is تيجي بعد is وليس قبلها, right? هي subject على فكرة لا هاي clause, right? لكن تأجلت. Okay. All right. The following example shows how this sentence pattern could be tested in the structure section of the TOEFL. هذا السكشن اللي احنا بنشتغل عليه اسمه structure section. تعرفوا انتوا sections اللي احنا تبعت التوفل المطلوبات تغطوهم. Structure section, written expression section and reading section. Okay? So خلينا نحاول ننهي ال structure section عشان يضل علينا بس ال written expressions وال reading. Okay? طبعا هو اللي راح يطول معانا ال written expressions. Alright? The structure section صغير. ضل maybe كمان درسين. Okay? فيه. Alright. Or 3, I'm not really sure. بس مش كتير ضايل. Okay? So anyway, look at this example. Only in extremely dangerous situations. What are we going to put here? بدنا نشوف المحتوى هذا كله اللي هون, okay? Only negative, guys. فيها معنى negative. Only in extremely dangerous situations. What are we going to do? We need a verb, and then we need a subject. Verb, subject. Which one has the verb and the subject? This one, or this one, or this one, or this one? Who would like to help me out here? Of course, we're not going to use this or this. Do you know why? Because we said with only we need verb then subject. Okay, because here we don't have a verb. Look guys, we don't have a verb here. هون ما في verb. كونه ما في verb هون معناته لازم هون يكون في عندي verb then subject. لأنه هاي شو معناها؟ only هاي تكملة إلها only. توضيح only. Only in extremely dangerous situations. فقط في الأوضاع الخطيرة جدا. Okay. هلا وبعدين we're saying that this is correct. يعني إحنا لما يكون هاي جزء من الجملة هي ما فيها خلل. الخلل هون ما بدنا خلل يكون هون، فبدنا نختار من هدول عشان ما نخلي الجملة فيها خلل. So this is right all the time. Okay. Only in extremely dangerous situations. فقط في الأوضاع الخطيرة جدا. So لازم نختار يا A يا D. ما بنقدر نختار لا B ولا C. Why؟ لأنه إحنا قلنا بعد only بدنا verb then subject. اوكي هون ما فيش لا verb ولا subject. alright ما فيش verb. لازم يكون دغري. this هاي كلها prepositional ايش what phrase. okay so will be the printing press stopped. بدنا passive احنا شو رأيكم؟ or will the printing press be stopped? we want verb then subject. so the best answer is D. Will the printing press be? Okay, why? Let's see the explanation. In this example, you should notice that the sentence begins with the negative only. طبعا, as you can see. So an inverted subject and verb are needed. فلذلك دغري لازم يخطر في بالنا لازم يكون في عندي inverted subject and verb. يعني verb then subject. Okay. Answer D. ماله answer D? Contains a correctly inverted subject. فيها الانversion. Will وبعدين the printing press. Okay. Okay. With the helping verb will. وفي عندي الفعل المساعد شو will. The subject printing press and the main verb be. في عندنا main verb اللي هو be. Will the printing press. إنه هاي ال be هون تكملة ل will be يعني. Okay. Yeah. So answer D is the best answer. Okay. Why? ليش هاي خلل فيها خلل? Who knows why ليش هاي فيها خلل? I don't think they explain. طبعا هم ما بيشرحوها بس لحالنا لازم نعرف لأنه أصلا لما يصير في عندي inversion مركزين معي؟ لما يصير في عندي inversion يعني الverb بعدين السبجكت هاي شايفين الشق الثاني لازم تتأجل لبعدين ما بصير إنها تكون will be بعدين the subject. Okay? Got it? Okay? So لما يصير في عندي inversion ما بصير جزئين من الفعل يكونوا مع سوا بيكون في just one section like for example will and then the subject هون وبعدين ال be. So that's why this is one is wrong. Okay. I don't know why they don't explain it, but here you go. I have done that for you. Okay. I hope this is clear for you. Okay. Now let's take a look at the chart. كالعادة الchart هيها هون. The following charts هيو list the negative expressions. هاي negative expressions. No, barely, not, hardly, never, only. أي جملة بدايتها واحدة من هدول أو أي clause بدايتها واحدة من هدول neither, rarely, nor, scarcely, seldom دغري لازم نتوقع الفعل بيبدأ قبل الفاعل. الverb before the subject. ليه؟ لأنه صار في هدول الأشياء بتعمل inversion يعني بتشيل المكان الطبيعي للسبجكت بتتأجل وبعدين بنحط الverb. والverb إذا كان هاي نعيد هاي الفكرة. الverb إذا كان مكون من شقين 3 بس بستعمل الشق الأول منه مش أغلط زي هون ما هم غلطانين زي ما انتم شايفين حاطين صح verb بالأول وبعدين السبجكت بس ما بصير يحطوا الشقين من الverb just one وبعدين السبجكت والباقي بعدين like this زي هذا اللي هون شايفين حتى في هاي verb ثالث لأنه هذا passive. Only in extreme dangerous situation فقط في الحالات الخطيرة جدا will the printing press be stopped. ممكن أو سوف يتم إيش printing press اللي هي إيش دور الطباعة تمنع من عملها. will the printing press be stopped. ممكن إنه مثلا الحكومة أوكي يعني will the printing press be stopped أن تمنع جهات الطباعة مثلا الجرايد مثلا alright المجلات يعني اللي هي الإعلام guys تمنع من قبل مين؟ by the government maybe right by those in power. alright this is a passive statement. alright this is a passive sentence. okay yeah so اللي ممكن يمنع مجلة أو جريدة الكتابة okay, وتعبر عن رأي الشعب وعن رأي يعني اللي بكتبه is only the government, you know that. So anyway, look at this example. بدنا نشوف هون المثال. شوف التعليق اللي هون. When a negative expression appears in front of a subject. لما عبارة من هاي العبارات اللي هي negative فيها نفي، معنى نفي، تيجي إيش in front of a subject، تيجي قدام السبجكت، هي أصلاً هم مش حاطينها هي بالأول، يعني هي الجملة هيك guys. They were so happy. كانوا سعداء جداً. يجينا حاطينها rarely قدامها. شو صار؟ بس دغري حاطينها rarely قدامها وبدنا نقرأها كجزء من الجملة. Rarely، ما بقول they were so happy. Rarely were they so happy. فهذا هو الشرح اللي موجود هون، اللي هو when a negative expression appears in front of a subject. لما عبارة فيها معنى هذا النيجاتيف النفي تظهر أمام السبجكت وبعدين الفيرب at the beginning of a sentence في بداية الجملة or in the middle وحتى في المنتصف. شفنا أمثلة على المنتصف right of a sentence. The subject and verb are inverted. بصير في تبديل للسبجكت وللverb، يعني الverb الأول قبل السبجكت ومع إنه النهاية شو period as you can see. تمام guys, I hope that this was clear. بتمنى إنه الإعادة مرات تعرفوا الإعادة مع حد يعني you know بتكون بتسهل عليكم يعني إنه تفهموا الموضوع وإيش الواحد ممكن إنه وجربوا أنتوا أمثلة. You can try your own examples. You can say something like, oh, they felt very blessed. Please help me with this one. Listen, guys. The couple, يعني الزوج, the newly bride and groom felt شعروا that, you know, felt very blessed. شعروا بالنعمة, you know, إنه ربنا معطيهم منعم عليهم, you know, something like that. Who can include rarely now? تعرف في ناس ما يعني بصراحة للأسف الشديد يعني they cannot feel the blessings that God gives them. Some people, you know, only when something very bad happens in their lives do they remember that they really had good lives before. Unfortunately, يعني human beings, you know, sometimes they forget about, you know, their eyes, their noses, their arms, you know, all the good, you know, things that God has given them. And they focus on the negative parts or the negative parts of things, all right? Yeah, and like, you know, life is tough. We come back very late at night. We're always very tired. There is so much to do, you know? And so, you know, when, you know, disaster strikes, you know, real disaster, I mean, difficulties, they understand that, you know, they've been blessed all the time and they were unaware of that. So anyway, what I want to say now is, what did I say? The couple were blessed with good health. So rarely, rarely, who wants to do this for me? Who can help me? Rarely what now? Where are your hands, guys? Help me. The couple was blessed with good health. Rarely was the couple blessed with good health. See, when I said rarely, or rarely did the couple feel that they were blessed with good health and, you know, and other things, right? What do you think? So please, guys, if you listen to the recording, listen to my sentence, you know, once or twice, try to write it down if you can, all right? And, you know, work on this matter, okay? Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next page. What is on the next page? Of course, on the next page, we have, I think, exercises, right? We have exercises to work on. Let me see. Why doesn't this close? Let me just move this here. Close this. Make this smaller, 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 and go down. Downward. See the exercises? Here they are. Yalla, who wants to help me with these great exercises? Easy exercises, Not so hard. Who can help me? So it says here, each of the following sentences contains a negative or almost negative, yani these, you know, phrases, expressions. Circle the negative expressions. We want to put a circle like never, like here, what they've done. Look at the clauses that follow and underline the subject once and the verb twice. So the verb 2 times, here's the verb, for example, it's wrote. The subject is the boy, So, and then tell me correct or incorrect. You can tell me that there's never here, and then we have the subject and the verb. So is this correct or incorrect? Even if we don't have the word I, incorrect. This is incorrect because we said after never. we must have the verb and then the subject, right? Do you all agree with me? Yes, right? Yeah. So never the boy wrote to his sister. This is incorrect. It has to be never did the boy. We don't bring wrote and put it here, guys, because you need an auxiliary. What is the auxiliary for wrote? It's did. Never did the boy write. Right. We take it back to the base form. Never did, because it's past. That's why I chose did. Never did the boy, then what? Write to his sisters. Thank God my brother does not do that. He always writes and talks to us, and he lives overseas. I have 3 brothers who are overseas, and they all, contact me. Thank God. Okay, guys, let's do another one. Who wants to help us with more of these? Well, I don't see any hands up, guys. Listen, the football match did not start. Well, I'm gonna look for someone who always talks about football matches. Dr. Zaid Al-Lobani, Dr. Asim Karasne. You guys always talk about the football matches, right? These current events. I know there's a football match, but I think it's at 10 o'clock, right? Not now. Now I want you to participate. Yalla, help me. Where are the hands that are up? Hands up, guys. Hands up. No one? No one wants to help? All right, let me help you guys out. But, in the next skill, I want to listen to you guys also participating. Let me choose randomly, for example, 3. Let's see what 3 has. Steve did not win the prize, nor did he expect to do so. What do you think? Is this correct or incorrect? We have to find the negative word. Here it is, nor. After the negative word, we must have the verb and then the subject. So what do you think correct? Nor did he expect. So 100% correct. This is a correct sentence. Steve did not win the prize. Steve ما فاز بالجائزة, nor did he expect to do so. ولا حتى توقع إنه يفوز فيها هاي الجائزة. Dr. Hiba, thank you for saving our lives, Dr. Hiba.
Hello, Doctor. How are
Hi,
you?
Ahlan. I feel that I am talking to myself, sometimes.
Oh, no. Okay. I want number 5. Did he go out of the house at no time? I think did he went of the house at no time? Because we have did.
This is not the problem. The problem is, listen to me, what the problem is.
Okay.
We have at no time. Why don't we bring this first of all and put it at the beginning of the sentence?
Okay, no
You know
time.
why? Do you know why? Because it says, the rule says verb, then subject. But we have verb and subject. But after expressions of negativity. So why don't we just carry this, Dr. Hiba, and put it here, and then it will become correct. It's incorrect. The sentence is incorrect, by the way. But it's not incorrect because we want we need here went. Do you know why? Listen, Dr. Hiba.
Okay. No time he no time he won't. Okay.
Okay.
No time he
At
went.
no time. يعني ولا بأي وقت. At no time. هاي الفريز كامل. At no time. At no time. ولا بأي وقت. Did he go out of the house? ولا بأي وقت هذا الشخص من المكان اللي عم بحكي عنه طلع من البيت. At no time. You might say that about yourself. You know what? Yesterday I called you. Your friend might tell you, I called you and you didn't answer. Oh, then you say, wow. At no time did I go out of the house. والله ما طلعت من البيت ولا مرة, بهذا اليوم تحديدا. We say these sentences. At no time did I, leave the house or go out of the house. So بس بدي أعلق على شغلة حكيتيها ما عجبتني منك دكتورة هبة. Alright. قلتي هون إنه هاي لازم تكون when.
infinitive should
أيوة. لما أنا يكون في عندي did أصلاً did هي حامل الزمان الماضي. الفعل اللي وراها بكون مجرد. حتى لو أنا فاهمة عليك أنت بدك تقولي بدك تعبري عن ماضي صح؟ خلص. بالإنجليزي مجرد ما did أفعال دي تدخل على الجملة هي بتحمل الزمان والأفعال اللي وراها بتصير مجرد. يعني لو هاي مش موجودة did مش موجودة أوكي بقول he went out of the house. بس مجرد ما هي موجودة هي حملة الزمان وصفت هاي بس واجبها بالجملة تعطي معنى اللي هي الذهاب. وذهب did مع go together معناها ذهب. أو ذهبت. أوكي؟ يعني أنا ما ذهبت من البيت هون معناها ولا مرة أنا ذهبت. ها ليش ما هي ما تكون went؟ لأنه لما did تندمج مع go نفس المعنى. هيك بالإنجليزي. أوكي؟ يعني لما did تدخل على الجملة خلص هي حملة الزمان، ولذلك هاي ما في داعي إني أعمل منها أنا هاي ماضي. خلص هاي هون المعنى هون والماضي هون، فالمزيج هذا معناه ذهبت. لو ما كان في عندي did تمام بقول he went مثلا جملة مثبتة بالطريقة هاي. أوكي؟ يعني حتى مرات بقول جملة زي هيك did he go outside? Yes he did. He did go. فعلا هو ذهب. ومرات بدل بديش احكي did بالموضوع he did go هاي للتأكيد. ومرات بقول ايش he went. طب he did go نفس معنى he went ترى. اوكي عشان بس تكونوا عارفين he did go، لكن انا بحكيها للتثبيت. اوكي so this means that it's really the same بالمعنى. They are really the same in terms of meaning. All right, so forgive me because I'm going to mute you all, because sometimes when I hear some noise, that's what I just have to do. I'm sorry about that. Forgive me. Okay, one more sentence. Who would like to help us with one more before we move on to inverting the subject and the verb with conditionals? Who would like to do one more sentence? One more, huh? Let's do the last one, sentence 10, all together. Okay, let's work on them together. The police did not arrive in time. الشرطة ما وصلت على الوقت to save the girl حتى تنقذ البنت. And neither did the paramedics. ولا حتى الإسعاف. الباراميديكس اللي هم تعرفوا الفريق اللي بيكون مع سيارة الإسعاف بسموهم paramedics. Okay, بالإنجليزي paramedics. Okay. So فيها خلل هاي الجملة؟ Yes or no? Just yes or no? I'm helping you. No. ما فيها.
No دكتورة صحيحة.
Yes. Thank you so much for your answer. Yes, it's correct. So the police did not arrive in time. الشرطة ما وصلت على الوقت لتنقذ الفتاة للأسف. ولا حتى and neither. ولا neither. لأنه هون في نفي وهون في نفي، عشان هيك قلنا ولا neither. neither قلنا من الكلمات اللي وراها بكون في الverb and then the subject. وهيها neither did بالماضي، بحكي عن شيء صار في الماضي. شايفين الماضي neither did the paramedics. ولا حتى فرقة للأسف الإسعاف. alright، فريق الإسعاف خلينا نقول. طيب بدي أعطيكم أنا بريك مدته ربع ساعة، وبنرجع لنأخذ invert the subject and the verb with conditionals، وبعدين بنقول لكم يعطيكم العافية. أنا عارفة إنه many of you guys want to watch the football match, right? So خلينا على بس هاي invert the subject and the verb بعد ما نرجع من الاستراحة. Okay? So see you in 15 minutes. Bye. But I want participation this time. I want participation. Bye bye.
إن شاء الله دكتورة.
إن شاء الله.